How y'all doing out there? Y'all know what time it is again. It's your boy Easy Work Boxing, baby, about to hit you everywhere but under your feet. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Remember this always. Just my opinion, no bias talk, no racism at all on this channel. Got to talk about Spence versus Crawford. You know, Crawford versus Charlo, if these fights were to happen or if they shouldn't happen. You know, this would be, to me, the biggest two ducks in boxing history. I don't think this will ever be forgot about. You know, one boxer that ducked another boxer that has never been forgotten about is Errol Spence versus Sugar Ray Leonard, which I never understood why Sugar Ray Leonard would not give Errol Spence a shot at his titles or a shot at the throne, but that was very wrong in my opinion. You know, boxers, like we talk about every day, risk their lives to go out there and support their families. I'm sure that would have been a great payday for Errol Spence. But if Spence does not fight Crawford this year, which would be very bad for Spence. I mean, people have to look and understand that the situation, that Crawford has called this man out for years. Errol Spence is telling the public that the fight will be made, but there's no guarantee until he decides that the fight is going to be made. Like I read in an article, from the fact that Terence has been chasing Errol so much, what if Errol puts in stipulations because they're trying to make and say that, well, at welterweight, yes, he is the A side because he has the 3 titles. What if he puts something in the contract that's just too crazy for Bud, and Bud don't go through with it? You know, basically do something to make Crawford not want to take the fight. That would be horrible, y'all. And I hope that people find out the truth about it before they come and try to blast and say, oh, Terence just didn't want to fight. Please, as boxing fans, don't be biased. Come out, find the truth. If Terence ducked or Terence didn't want to fight, if it's because of a situation or stipulation that was in a contract, that's what need to be said. You know, don't try your best, because I already know what the Errol Spence fans are doing. They're looking for any reason to blame Crawford for this fight, because they know personally in their heart that their favorite fighter, Errol Spence Jr., ducked Terence Crawford for almost 3 years, created across the street. Now, the other fighter, Jermell Charlo. Shout out to Jermell Charlo, undisputed. Can't say too much bad about Charlo. Now, sometimes having an opinion about things is bad. And I have an opinion about the WBO title that I think that after he beats Tim Tszyu, that he should throw it away and throw it in the garbage. But if he does that, that stops the undisputed fight of Terence challenging him for his titles. Because if he relinquishes the belt, Terence just can't move up and jump into a fight with Jermell Charlo. So now that I think about it, I opened my mouth too soon. I really don't want Charlo to throw away the belt now. Because if Errol ducks, then that's still a good fight, Charlo versus, you know, Terence Crawford. So I don't want it to go like that. Even though I feel that the WBO has been disrespectful towards Jermell Charlo, you know, I still want to see him hold that title now, just in case Spence does not want to fight Terence Crawford, and then we can get Terence Crawford versus Jermell Charlo. That's what I'm hoping for. Can heavyweight boxing be popular like NFL, basketball, or boxing in America? If it was pushed properly, yes. Thanks to Deontay Wilder, it was almost there. Deontay Wilder brought the heavyweight division back. And since he has left, there is no heavyweight division. Don't nobody really care about AJ fighting or use it. People really don't care. Ain't nobody talking about that. Be honest with you, the heavyweight division needs Deontay Wilder back. It needs him back. They need to beg him. Somebody, Al Heyman, somebody, we'll give you more money, anything. Shit, we'll buy you another house, anything. We need Deontay Wilder back in boxing. Deontay Wilder had my friends who don't watch boxing at all talking about boxing. You feel what I'm saying? That's how valuable Deontay Wilder was to the sport of boxing. And I'm an Alabama native, and I'm not just saying that because I'm from Alabama. I know people who could care less about boxing. Like, who this dude is, they'll ask me because they know I got a boxing channel. Who this dude, tall black dude is knocking out people from Alabama? Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? That make other people go and check into the sport of boxing. Bring more money into boxing. Like, even though we hate even though I dislike the Logan Paul, Jake Paul situation in boxing, it does bring more people to the sport. Their fans come and watch them fight. Their fans come and see about them. You know what I'm saying? They watch sports video, boxing videos now. So, you know, you never know, a subscriber of yours may have came from Jake Paul or, you know, Logan Paul situation. So, you know, everything has its yin and the yang effect there. Everything has its good and its bad. Do you think that they should add golden trophy boxes just like the NFL, you know? I mean, yeah. I mean, that would be nice. That would be nice, you know. I mean, but I'm sure they ain't so focused on no damn trophies. Now, they ain't worried about no trophies for real. So if they do that, it's a different thing. But I just want to, somebody got to fight Crawford. Somebody got to get this man his shot. I think them Texas boys going to run and duck. I really think the fight ain't going to happen, y'all. I'm starting to feel like the fight ain't going to happen. But it should have been happening. And we ain't got no announcement yet. Boots should be next for Thurman. You ain't bring me nothing to eat? You ain't buy me nothing to eat? Boots should be next for Keith Thurman. That's why I would like to see. If Keith Thurman was thinking like I was thinking, since Keith Thurman need to put himself back in the spotlight by fighting a big name caliber fighter, a fighter that has some type of status in the sport of boxing, especially at welterweight, Keith need to go after Boots. That's what he should. I don't know why Keith is so quiet right now, or where Keith Thurman is hiding at, but Keith Thurman, please come out of hiding. Please go and fight Boots. And then, like I said, that can be Boots versus Thurman can be the undercard of Spence versus Crawford. You see what I'm saying? That'll be, man, I'm telling y'all, people will sell blood to see that fight, bro. People will pick up a pack, go selling crack just to see that fight. But Keith Thurman need one or the other. Virgil Ortiz Jr. or Boots. I prefer Boots because Boots are making a little bit more noise than Virgil Ortiz Jr. But I don't know. I can't say what's going on with Keith right now. To the people watching, do y'all think that Spence and Jermell Charlo will duck Crawford? Do you think they will not do the fight? Do you think they will run away from the fight? Now, what I said about Charlo, he can make it look real good on why he didn't fight him. All he got to do is relinquish the belt after he fight to Zoo. That's all he had to do. All he has to do is relinquish the title after he fight to Zoo, and then that's it. Then we won't even see Crawford versus Charlo. If Charlo let go of that WBO title, or if he loses, that's another thing. If he loses, you know, I can't just say he will knock out Tim Tszyu. You know what I'm saying? Boxing is, you know, the punch that ain't seen will knock you out. Can't say that Tim Tszyu can't knock out Jermell Charlo as well, but hopefully Charlo comes out on top in that fight. I want him to come out on top in that fight. Because of, you know, Spence don't want to do it, which I feel Spence don't want to do it. I just saw an article where it said that Spence said that if the fight don't happen now, it would never happen. So make it happen. Make it happen, Spence. But Thurman, I don't know. See, us waiting on the fight is holding up the entire division. It's holding up the division. Because all the big name fighters are ranked. All the big name fighters are ranked for titles. So actually everybody's really at a hold up stage besides the champions. Everybody else who don't have the titles, they need to be trying to pick who they can fight to get closer to the titles. That's what they need to be doing. Who can they fight to get closer to the titles? Something went wrong with Spence's head in the wind chain. What you mean, James? What you mean by that one, James? Something went wrong with his head. Something been going wrong with his head for 3 years. But unfortunately, it's on the Real Deal news media outlets that's telling the truth about the situation. You know, the unbiased channels, we're the only ones out here telling the truth about the fact that this man it took us 4 years, 5 years down there for him to go and decide after he couldn't run nowhere. Let's make that clear. After he couldn't run nowhere else, there was nowhere else to go but Terence. Oh, now you want the fight, right? Like I say all the time, we would have took a unification bout. As fans, we didn't care about the undisputed. We would have took a unification. We would have had that all the way out the way. Something went to Spence's head. I don't know what went to his head, but whatever it was, wasn't good.
Oh.
Hey.
I got some rooms for you.
We're wrong.
1603 and 1623.
You opened them already?
Yeah.
Okay.
You play basketball. Come on.
I'm finna come up there. I got check 17. Are you trying to go to 2? Yeah, okay, I'm off. So we back to talking now. Yeah, something changed with Spence. You know, like I tell people all the time, what really changed with Spence was the fact that he went and they saw that Jeff Horn fight, and they thought Jeff Horn was gonna come in there and manhandle him. And it didn't go that route. And after they saw that the way he did Jeff Horn, I guess they were like, nah, like I tell y'all, nah, we don't need to go that route. We need to wait for this for this Crawford fight. We need to see if somebody else gonna beat him, or we need to see if we can find a glitch in his arm, or a chink in his armor to see if we can defeat him. Other than that, we probably need to hold off on that Crawford fight for a minute. That's what I think they were saying. Like I said, if these two don't fight them, as much trash as they've been talking, it will be remembered. This will go down 20 years from now when we talking about what happened in 2022 and the Crawford and the Charlos. It will be remembered. So I just want them to know and understand, Real Deal boxing guys and Real Deal channels will remind people what happened in 2022 and the 2021 and 2020. So it's not going nowhere. If y'all out there talking the trash, y'all say y'all want the smoke, give the man the smoke. Give the man the smoke. Now with Charlo, I will understand, because Charlo, the way they doing him about that belt, I ain't finna pay no sanction fees for nothing, and people are doing me wrong and playing with me. You know what I'm saying? So I can see Charlo saying, I let go of the belt. You know what I'm saying? Because with the WBO title, a fighter at another weight class can come up and challenge the champion for that title. So a lot of people have always talked about and said the WBO is a top-ranked belt. It is not a top-ranked belt. It's a Puerto Rican company-based belt. I don't know, maybe top-ranked. Maybe they do some type of side deal with Top Rank or something, but it is not a Puerto Rican belt. I mean, it's not a top-ranked belt, and a lot of people have been going around saying that. Even I've heard Keith Thurman, my favorite fighter, try to say that, that's a top-ranked belt. That belt really doesn't matter. Or now they are starting to say the WBO title is, it means nothing. They're trying to make it seem like it's still the 3-belt era. No, it's not the 3-belt era. The WBO means something. You need it to be undisputed in the sport of boxing. So yes, the WBO is very important. Yes, it's the late belt, but still, this is the 4-belt era. But one thing I am happy about is that I thought actually that once Spence became unified champion with 3 belts, I actually thought that they were going to start saying that Errol Spence Jr. was undisputed. That's what I was expecting. But they didn't do that. I'm happy they didn't do that because that would have been wrong. This is not the 3-belt era. He has to fight Terence Crawford in order for him to say he's undisputed. He has to. Just watch Vargas versus Masayo, bro. Vargas schooled Masayo and was outboxing him for like 10 rounds. Out of the 12 rounds, I had one good, Masayo had one good moment. That must have been that knockdown. And like for that, y'all, I apologize. I didn't watch that fight. I only watched the highlights. From the highlights, they had it. Vargas was smoking. Vargas was getting smoked. All I seen was right hands being landed on him by and sharp look inside hooks of him going in inside. So that's my bad on that. But I still have some people who say and feel that those fights were Masayo was getting pushed. That's the next Pacquiao. Yeah, they were trying to. You know, if I ain't mistaken, he's promoted by Manny Pacquiao. If I ain't mistaken, he promoted by Manny Pacquiao. So, you know, that's why they was trying to, you know, put him up on the umbrella. And I'm happy that you just brought that up as well. Because I was thinking that that's the reason that he possibly was robbed. But from what I'm understanding, it wasn't that he was robbed. You know, people hold grudges from, you know, like Floyd say that they pick on his fighters because of him. I thought it could have been a situation of where Manny Pacquiao, you know, what if it would have been a gay judge or a judge that has a gay family member, you know, like, your fighter ain't finna win this. That's what I was thinking. But it was, from what I'm hearing now, it was fair and square. Vargas just came out on top. He was the better fighter. So that's just what it is. Yeah, he was being pushed at the next Pacquiao, but he got a long ways to go. He has a long ways to go. You got to remember, Masayo he didn't look too good against Gary Russell Jr., and Gary Russell Jr. had one arm. So, I mean, it was just a matter of time before he was going to get his belt taken anyway. But he looked like a good, strong, young fighter, Mark Masayo, but that ain't enough. You know, you're going to need more than that. Masayo has an amateur street style. Yeah, he you know, but everybody looks good, like we always talk about in the sport of boxing. Everybody looks good until they go up in the ranking. You know, as long as you see a fighter 15-0, well, some of these fighters going up to 24-0 fighting nobodies. Nowadays, they going up to 24-0 fighting nobody. So they don't always look good. Crawford going to stop Spence with his mind. That's what that's what a lot of people tend to forget about the sport of boxing. It's more than just physical. It's a mental game. You have to outthink your opponent. It's like it's chess, not checkers. That's basically what it's like in there. You setting an opponent up, you throwing a certain punch pattern for a fighter to be like, oh, he gonna throw this, he gonna continue to throw this. Then you mix another punch in. He don't see that coming. You know what I'm saying? A fine example of that was Crawford versus Jose Benavidez. Jose Benavidez saw Crawford throw the same punch pattern the whole entire fight. It wasn't until Crawford threw the uppercut in that same punch pattern where he caught Benavidez and didn't see it. You see what I'm saying? It's about this, thinking. That's what made Floyd great. He was a thinker. He understood the game better than anybody else. But to everybody that's watching, I got 8 people on. Can I get 8 likes? Everybody hit that like button. I need 8 people to tell me, do y'all think that those 2 fighters, Spence and Charlo, will fight Terence Crawford? Do y'all feel that this fight will happen, or the Crawford or Charlo fight will happen? Me, I don't see either one of them wanting it. I don't see either one of them happen. I think the negotiations, the stipulations of what Spence will put into a contract or will try will probably make Terence not want to fight him. You know, it's that I'll tell y'all about the new eras of ducking. What's happening with you, Eric? How you doing, brother? The new ducking ways of boxing. making outlandish contracts, outbidding yourself, across the street talk, pay-per-view numbers. I make more money than him in pay-per-view. I make more money than him. That's ducking. That's ducking. What's up with your Star Fox? I ain't seen you on in a minute, Star Fox. You been all right?
Oh, damn, this.
Yeah. I think them doors locked around that way, though. So I tried to go around that way, and they got them all locked since they been up here. Later, the later it gets in a year, it's not gonna happen this year. I mean, yeah, because next month my birthday. Next month, my birthday is August 25th. So if it don't happen by then, I don't think it's gonna happen, y'all. If we don't hear no day after, we shouldn't even have to wait that long. First of all, we already been waiting almost 2 months now. When was Porter versus Crawford? When was Porter versus Crawford? That was a while ago. That was about 2 months ago. So we've been waiting almost 2 months to hear about this. Said Charlo would definitely duck, but I believe he is, and I think he gonna use the WBO belt situation as a way to duck Crawford, because that's the way for Crawford to move up and challenge him first. You see what I'm saying? Are you August 27? What's up with you, bro? Virgos in the building. Virgos are in the building. Me and my trainer said if the fight don't happen this year, it ain't happening, bro. Yeah, it ain't happening. But let me ask y'all this then. Do y'all feel that Crawford needs Spence? Do y'all feel that Crawford needs Spence? I still don't think that Crawford needs Spence. But after they show these ducktails and these duck movements that they doing, they're going to really show that he didn't need Spence. Spence needs Crawford. Spence needs Terence Crawford. See, Spence is still a hell of a fighter. Spence still get his acknowledgement, but beating Terence Crawford would truly stamp Errol Spence. What's up with you, Jason B, my brother? How you doing? How everybody doing out here today? Thank y'all for tuning in. We talking about what if Jermell Charlo and Errol Spence ducks Terence Crawford. What's your opinion? Will we get the fight soon? Oh no, 00. Go to Cash App. Go to Cash App. I was trying to see if you had sent it. I ain't see it. But go to Cash App. It's in the link in the description. I wish I had a pen I could write it down. Yeah. But it's $EZWORK83. I wish I could type it in. I wish somebody up here knew my Cash App so they could type it in. Yes, $EZWORK83. $EZWORK83. I truly appreciate you, whatever you saying, bro. I thank y'all for y'all love and y'all support. To my people on, do y'all think that Terence Crawford will beat both of the Texas natives, Charlo and Spence Jr.? Do y'all think he have a good chance of beating him? I'm more worried about Charlo than I am Spence. I think Charlo would be a 60-40 fight against Terence Crawford, simply because the size. You know, Charlo is a 154-pounder, so I think the size will be the only reason I would be worried for Crawford in that fight. But as far as skill set, Jermell Charlo doesn't stand a chance, in my opinion. Take nothing away from him. That 1-2 and coming forward, just like Spence. Just like Spence, can't fight going backwards. They both damn near the same fighter, just not southpaw. They both the same. He said, hell no. He don't. Spence went to the Hall of Fame ceremony, had his first stamp, but Haney, Garcia, Lopez, Tank, so-called Fabulous Four not gonna fight each other. They all clout chasing. Bro, it's sad. Yeah, the only one I think ain't really clout chasing is Devin Haney. Unfortunately. and I'm not saying that y'all know, if you've been on my channel, y'all know I'm not a Devin Haney fanatic, but Devin Haney is the only one that's out there willing to fight the Fantastic Four, as they call themselves, and they don't want to fight Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia done backed off of fighting Devin Haney. Tank talking about fighting Devin Haney when he know he got another fight signed up. Teofimo Lopez, please with Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez had the opportunity to become undisputed. All he had to do was go over there and fight Devin Haney. He went over there and wanted to fight cherry pick. He thought he was cherry picking somebody, and he went over there and got beat up and lost his title. But let Teofimo Lopez tell it was a setup by DAZN. They wanted him to lose. They wanted him to lose his belts. I don't know, or DAZN, Top Rank, whoever, you know. Everybody's setting up Teofimo Lopez. I don't know why he think that, but he just lost like everybody else. Yes, they are trained by the same trainer. He used to work for Bud. Oh my God, that's a good point you just brought up too. Both of these fighters are trained by Derrick James. That is a good point. Both of them are trained by Derrick James, which is one of the reasons I feel they both will lose, because I don't feel Derrick James is a proper trainer. He does good. It's like he... I can't say the man is not a good trainer, because, you know what I'm saying, he there for some way. They believe in him. But I just think he got two champions that was good enough from jump. You know, Jermell started out with Ronnie Shields. I can't think of who Errol Spence started out with. I don't know of any other fighters that Derrick James has brought to the table who's doing anything that he started with as a child. You know what I'm saying? I think he gets a lot of recognition for the fact that he has Charlo and he has Errol Spence Jr. That's what I think. But you know what I'm saying? One thing I would say, yeah, Spence needs Crawford, but Charlo don't need Crawford. Charlo don't need Crawford. Crawford don't need Charlo. Them two just got a little back and forth going on. But in the sport, or in the legacy part of boxing, Spence needs Crawford. That's the fight that would take Errol Spence into the next level if he beats Terence Crawford. If he beats Terence, Spence will be the big fish for real, for real. Do you hear me? Spence will be the big fish for real if he beat Crawford. He'll be damn near on Canelo status. Well, I think they'll give him the seat. They'll give him the throne. Yeah, they'll go ahead and give him the throne. Which I wouldn't blame when you beat a fighter like Terence Crawford. And then after what he's accomplished in the sport of boxing, I'll rock with that for Spence. Yeah, he'll deserve the seat then. You know, but unfortunately, like I believe, you know, they don't want to give another black fighter a shot at being the head guy. That's why I think they set up Deontay Wilder to lose to Tyson Fury and said nothing about it. How you doing? When we all know, if you watch that first fight between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury stood up at 9. It is called a standing 8 count. Tyson Fury is supposed to have been ruled out of that fight. Deontay Wilder won. I think they just didn't want Deontay Wilder to be the face of boxing, because he would have. A lot of people may disagree with that, but people have to understand. Just look at what's going on with boxing since he has left. Starfire, I don't think Bud going up to 154. You saw what happened to Canelo. Yeah, I saw what happened to Canelo, but I don't think that's gonna happen with Bud though. I really don't think that's gonna happen with Bud. Canelo is really a B minus fighter. You know, Floyd been wanting to tell y'all that, but he don't want. I guess he didn't want to disrespect him too bad, but he's a B minus fighter, y'all. Oh, you already stripping? Okay. Hold on, let me see something. Yeah. Cambosis was correct. There's too much protecting at 135. The only person being protected is Tank. That's the only person being protected is Tank. Tank run around with and like what I told y'all, he ain't one of them bulletproof. He in an armored truck. Tank riding around in an armored truck with a Mayweather Promotions banner on the side of it. Tank ain't finna fight nobody. Tank ain't finna fight nobody. They ain't finna lose that pay-per-view money. They're not finna lose that pay-per-view money because they know Tank has a good chance of going well. Floyd was there, from what I understand, when Devin Haney beat him up. Floyd Mayweather was there when Devin Haney beat him up in the gym. So that's why you think, just think about this, even right now, Devin Haney has all 4 titles, the undisputed champion. Why aren't they calling out Devin Haney? And I'm not talking about when Tank said, oh, that's what Devin said, okay, we could fight after the Cambosis fight. No, see, he know he in that contract. After this fight, if Devin Haney wins, Mayweather Promotions needs to be calling out Devin Haney versus Tank. That is the fight, Devin Haney versus Tank. But see, y'all know Tank don't want that. Tank don't want no smoke. Tank don't want to stomp with the big dog. Tank don't want to stomp with them big dogs. And Tank a hell of a fighter. Tank got a lot of skill set. Tank hell. But Tank don't want to get in there and do nothing. Undisputed not bad for a B-minus fighter. Yeah, I mean, when you look at the competition he fought. Yeah? No, that's not bad at all.
You know, I mean, you're doing 6 or 30.
Huh?
You're doing 6 or 30.
Yeah. No, that ain't bad at all. Hold up, Charlo and Crawford would straight fire through Haney. Would be straight fire. Though Haney and Crawford, they both trying to be great. What I meant, forgive my ignorance, Crawford doesn't need Spence. He has his Hall of Fame stamp. True. That's the same thing I said. He don't need him. Too bad, Bud. It would not happen against Bud. Bud would stop Spence in 8 or 9 rounds. I'm really starting to think it ain't gonna happen, y'all. I really believe it ain't gonna happen. It's taking too long. It's taking too long for a date. We ain't never had to wait this long for a date. Y'all forgive me, y'all. I'm at work while we doing this. Y'all know I gotta get this money, baby. Donate to the channel. Y'all see Easy trying to get it, baby. Donate. Let me see. Donate. Duck Bud, laughing my ass off. He's stalling a fight negotiation with Spence. Can you prove it on film study? None of these boxers ducking big money fights. Tank got secret protection served. Oh yeah, Tank got the FBI. FBI. Tank got bodyguards and all. Floyd and them ain't finna let that boy go lose and he mess up their pay-per-view money. Is y'all crazy? He ain't finna mess up that pay-per-view money. Floyd want his money back. Ooh. They did a number up in this room. Yeah, but he ain't finna do that. He ain't finna lose that pay-per-view money, baby. Tank his bread and butter. Tank is his bread and butter, baby. Y'all think Floyd Mayweather is finna send Tank in there with somebody who could beat him? Y'all, I guarantee y'all, Tank is finna get an Isaac Cruz rematch. He finna get an Isaac Cruz rematch, or he finna get a Rolly Romero rematch. Y'all hit that like button if you're watching. Tank ain't finna give y'all nothing. 00 know what we are. Know what fight were you watching? With the Bud is a counterpuncher with a low work rate, whose hands are faster on whose hands are faster than his feet, hence is why he relies on counterpunching. He's chop suey going in there with Errol. Well, what about Errol? Errol is flat-footed and doesn't move. What do you have to say about that? Errol doesn't move his feet for real at all, besides coming forward. I got 14 people on. I need to get 14 likes, baby. Like the channel. Hit that like button for your boy Easy. Hit that button. Hit that like button for your boy Easy, please. You got the housekeeping job, or do you ever smoke some at work? Hell no, I ain't finna lose my job. I need my job. I was watching Yugas make Errol do sprints like Soldier Boy. Y'all gonna see him really sprint when he get in there with Crawford. That's when y'all gonna see him running for real. I'm telling y'all exactly what's gonna happen in that fight. That fight is gonna look like Marvin Hagler versus Sugar Ray Leonard. Terence gonna be Sugar Ray Leonard. Errol Spence Jr. is gonna be Hagler. And everybody gonna be mad because they're gonna be saying, Terence didn't fight toe-to-toe. Terence didn't fight toe-to-toe. Terence supposed to fight toe-to-toe. That ain't real boxing. That ain't what real boxing did right there. He's supposed to stood toe-to-toe and let Errol Spence beat on him. He's supposed to stood toe-to-toe and let Errol beat him up. That ain't real boxing. Bud ain't no real boxer. Yeah, that's what they gonna say. Spence is flat-footed, wide legs, and too slow for counter angles. Thank you, Philly Joe Jones. You already know what it is. People said that Hagler won that fight. Hagler did not win that fight. Hagler did not win. They lied to you. They lied. Hagler ain't winning that fight. Hagler got outsmarted. That's why I keep telling y'all. Hagler got outsmarted. Hagler did not win. That's why Hagler moved out of town and went to Italy and became a movie actor, because he couldn't deal with the fact that he know that man beat him fair and square. He got outsmarted. He just simply got outsmarted. They did not cheat Hagler. Go back and watch the fight. They say Sugar Ray Leonard was sitting at one of Marvin Hagler fights and jumped up out his seat and said, I know how to beat him now. I'm going to fight him now. Do you hear me? They say Sugar Ray Leonard, this is a known story in boxing. They say Sugar Ray Leonard was sitting at his fight and jumped up out his seat and said, I know how to beat him now. I'm going to fight him. Hold up, there's one more part too. Hold up. It's another part. When I told y'all that boxing is more of a psychological game as well. Boxing is a psychological game as well. It's another talk they said they had between Hagler and Hearns. Said one day Hagler and Hearns was chilling and they was out together, talking as men, having lunch, talking. And Hagler messed around and told Sugar Ray Leonard that he didn't have love for the sport of boxing like that no more, like he was losing interest. I think if I'm correct, they say Marvin Hagler is the fighter who said it's very hard to wake up and go train out of silk sheets. It's very hard to wake up and go train out of silk sheets. You see what I'm saying? So he slipped. Hagler slipped if this true, and they went to that lunch and he told him that. They said Sugar Ray Leonard was like, I got you. I got you. Hey, 00, I ain't seen it, baby. I ain't seen it, baby. I'm trying to do lunch. You feel me? Like the lady say today, let's do lunch. No, you do lunch. You do lunch. But that's all happened with Marvin Hagler. He just couldn't take defeat. See, it was a fight. He had been screaming for that fight for so long. And he gave him what he wanted. He just didn't give it to him at the time he wanted it. That's why I be telling people, it's chess, not checkers, baby. It's chess, not checkers. That's what people got to understand about this sport. They can be as bad as they want to be until they run across that one fighter that could think. Hmm.
23, I cleaned it out, but they got a big box of trash.
Just bring it around here. Oh, let me see. Hey, they both better duck, because Bud will smoke both of them. Bud gonna beat both of them. Y'all already know that. They say Ali pulled up on Frazier with the strap. I gotta see about that. I also heard that the reason Joe Frazier was so hurt about Muhammad Ali, about the way Muhammad Ali was doing him in front of press conferences, is because when Muhammad Ali was going through the situation of him not going to war and he couldn't fight, they say Joe Frazier was giving him money and, looking out for Muhammad Ali. And said then when they get in front of a camera, Muhammad Ali will go to talking crazy about him. He be sitting there looking like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how in the hell you gonna do this? That's why they say Joe Frazier used to be so mad at Muhammad Ali. Because he was looking out for Muhammad Ali during his trials and tribulations. And every chance Muhammad Ali would get up there, he try to dog him. You know what I'm saying? It's just like they do that in the NBA. I was watching this little clip of I guess it's some show about the Lakers and basketball where about one of the Lakers in basketball, they was taking his, I think who is it, Elijah? No, not Elijah one. One of them tall players where the other player took him out to lunch. He took him out to lunch and treated him nice just so he wouldn't be as good that night when they played each other. Made them think they were friends. And then he came out and probably scored 40 points. It's a mind game. It ain't just physical. It is not just physical. It's not just physical, you guys. Yeah, I be watching them documentaries too, baby. I told you, I really love the sport of boxing. I watch the documentaries. That's how I be finding out stuff, which I need to start back doing. You know what I'm saying? I really do need to start back, doing those, watching those videos like that. I do need to. Oh, I do need to get back into those documentaries, because when you watch them documentaries, man, you learn so much. You learn so much that we as fans would have never thought about. You know what I'm saying?
Real pimp, man.
No, I'm just picking up the trail. Ain't nothing in there for real. Ali was bought up. Yeah, I know. Huh? Oh, there's some stuff in him. Ali was bought and paid for a fighter. Let me say this about Ali before I get off and stuff, man. They say Ali, the only reason Ali supposedly lost to Spence, the reason he lost to Spence is so he could become a third-time champion. You know, because Floyd always talk about, well, Muhammad Ali's so great, they'll never put a fighter with 7 fights in to fight me. Well, the thing is, from what I heard, is that the fight with Spence was just so Muhammad Ali could lose and regain a title again and be a 3-time champion. Now, I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what I heard. You feel? Just telling you what I heard. You know, but I don't have nothing against Muhammad Ali, even though people think, you know, when you don't go with the flow with everything and everything everybody else is doing, they go to thinking you a hater instead of trying to find out why is it that you don't like Muhammad Ali. Or I think Muhammad Ali was a bullshitter. Muhammad Ali was a bullshitter. He was, like you say, he was bought and paid for. The Nation of Islam used him for his notoriety, for the fact that he was the heavyweight champion of the world. I'm sure y'all done seen that in a lot of shows, talk shows of his. You know, Muhammad Ali, when they try to say he's the greatest of all time, no, he was not. Not in boxing. As a humanitarian, you want to say because he didn't go to war? Him not going to war has nothing to do with boxing. I'm going to say that again. Him not going to war had nothing to do with boxing. So how is he the greatest because he didn't go to war? I don't understand that part. Oh, he the greatest. He the greatest. Look at everything he did outside of boxing. How he the greatest and y'all talking about what he did outside of boxing? But y'all, back to Terence Crawford. Back to Crawford and Bud and Charlo. That's what we need to be talking about. Crawford, Bud, and Charlo. Crawford, Bud, and Charlo, baby. That's what I want to see. Crawford, Bud, and Charlo. Oh, Mike Tyson whole career fake. A lot of people get mad at me. Go to Industry Hoax Revealed and watch Mike Tyson missing rounds. Why y'all think Mike Tyson always say he a piece of HSIT? Why y'all think Mike Tyson always talking like he don't like himself? If you really pay attention to Mike Tyson is telling y'all the truth. Mike Tyson's whole career was made up. Mike Tyson was a bought and paid for a fighter. They set Mike Tyson fights up. Just look at him. Them dudes weren't that scared of no damn Mike Tyson. They was bought and paid for. They give you them stupid stories talking about, Mike Tyson was doing this and doing that in the amateurs. And bro, these men was in the amateurs too coming up. These one of them dudes that just pulled off no street to fight no Mike Tyson. Y'all really think them dudes were just terrified of Mike Tyson? Get the hell out of here. Why they don't talk about all the times they say Mike Tyson was getting beat up in sparring? Have y'all heard about that? I heard a fighter tapped that ass in sparring one time. Some black dude, tall, big black dude, he beat the hell out of Mike Tyson in sparring. But you don't hear about that dude. They just make Mike Tyson just seem like he just unstoppable. His whole career was fake. His whole career was fake. And every time it was time for him to step up, like Teddy Atlas said, shout out to my big brother Robert Ward, he pinpointed this for me. Teddy Atlas on one of his shows said that Mike Tyson had 5 real fights and he lost all 5 of his real fights. Teddy Atlas said that. Said Mike Tyson only had 5, 6 real fights out of his career, and he lost every last one of them. And by real, I mean real match. I'm talking about real deal matches, baby. You feel me? Real deal matches, baby. I told y'all, when I watch that boxing, man, I sit up and I watch that boxing, man. I go home some days and just turn it on. I just turn it on a documentary. You understand me? You understand? I just go turn it on one. Yes, sir. Teddy Atlas told the truth. Believe that. Teddy ain't got no reason to lie on Mike. Yeah, I want to see Bud get his neck broke badly. I really do. I really do want to see Bud lose. I mean, well, lose, win. I just want to see the fight. I don't care. That's all I'm worried about. The fight, the fight, the fight. I just want to see the fight. I don't care who win or lose. You heard me? You heard me? I said, I don't care who win or lose. Let's just make the fight. Housekeeping. Housekeeping. Yeah, I just want the fight made, baby. That's all. Let me see Ted's host. At Dixon, same could be said for Spence. Philly Jones, Spence went overseas to fight Brook. Oh, it's a special feeling being able to say whose fighter is better, but sometimes fans can go a little too far. It's just entertainment. I agree. I agree. Yeah, as fans, we can go too far. You know, it's a sport. You know, at the end of the day, we ain't out there fighting. You know, so it's easy for us to say, oh, this fighter's gonna do this and this fighter's gonna do that, and this fighter moves this way and this fighter goes this way and this fighter is southpaw, and you know, at the end of the day, we ain't taking no punches. Yeah, Crawford been overseas as well too, though. Ricky Burns. See, but they don't know that. You got to be careful with these people who criticize Terence Crawford. They don't really know nothing about boxing. See, I'm sure he didn't even know Terence Crawford been overseas before the fight. You see what I'm saying? That's why I don't debate about Crawford, and I killed that resume. Go check out my other videos. I killed the whole resume talk. Just go and check out my video, y'all, my other video about Spence and Crawford. And I promise you, what I said in that video will knock down anything else you hear about their resume talk. Because nobody could even say nothing after I did it. So, you know, don't pay that no never mind, baby. Don't pay that no never mind. Who built? Who moved my? Somebody move my bags. I just told you Ricky Burns. You see what I'm saying? You didn't even know Ricky Burns was a champion, did it? Did you? Did you? Be honest. You ain't know Ricky Burns was a champion. It's okay, baby. Ricky Burns is not okay. I'm gonna act like I don't see what you talking about no more. I'm at like I don't even see what you talking about no more. You know, like I said, that just show who been watching and who been not. This dude just said Ricky Burns was not a credible champion when Crawford went over there and took that belt. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. We gonna go to church and we gonna pray for him, okay? That's what we gonna do. We gonna go to church and we gonna pray for him. That's what we finna do, y'all. Yeah. Easy, you signing out? I truly appreciate that. I ask all y'all to donate to the channel. It's a hard life for Easy. Day by day drama. We earn stripes from killing, attack like piranhas. That's Juvenile line. I ain't trying to steal, though. I don't want nobody to think I wrote that. It's Juvenile bar. But, yeah, man. Love y'all. Thank y'all for y'all love and y'all support, man, as usual. What the hell? Oh, I'm gonna say something. Thank y'all for y'all support. If you wanna donate to the channel, baby, go to Cash App, PayPal. It's in the description. All you gotta do is go after the video, go into the description. You'll see the links. Just hit the links, baby. I appreciate y'all for y'all love and y'all support. Y'all stay tuned. You know, y'all know I have to be at work making my videos, so y'all just work with me because I love this sport and I love talking about it. But most of all, Easy love y'all, baby. So I'm gonna see y'all later on. Let my phone charge. Try to find some more videos and I'll be right back for y'all. This Easy Work Boxing. I'm out, baby.